Welcome to YogaFlow. My name is Lisa Marie Haley and I will be your teacher. While the holidays are full of fun, they always manage to lay the stress on thick. Instead of getting caught up, take a few minutes to reconnect and get centered. It will keep you sane through the height of the season. Even if you only have 15 minutes to spare, moving through this yoga sequence will help keep you calm and carry on. Let's get started. We'll go ahead and make our way into downward facing dog to begin our practice. So set your palms shoulder distance apart and lift your hips to the sky. Almost immediately connect into all 10 fingertips, spread them nice and wide, release your heels down, and really try to reach your sit bones to the sky. Breathing through your nose, moving with the breath in Vinyasa flow style. Inhale, go ahead and glide yourself out. Draw your shoulders out over your wrists. Pause to broaden the back, find some space in between the shoulder blades, and then as you exhale, lower yourself down through Chaturanga. Feel the elbows, snuggle the ribs. Nice. Inhaling into upward dog, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhaling, roll over the toes. From your core, press it back. Downward facing dog. So that's your basic vinyasa. If you're practicing at home, go ahead and take that a couple more times on your own. And then just walk yourself up to the top of the mat. Come into Uttanasana. Big toes and ankles touch. And from here, we'll take a cycle of Surya Namaskar A. As you inhale, come up halfway, straight legs flat back. As you exhale, fold forward, forehead to knees. Breathing in again, come all the way up, reach the arms to the sky, look up to where you're reaching. Breathing out, palms to prayer, stand tall, Samastitihi. Beautiful. Inhale. Reach up, look up. Deep breath in, exhale. Go ahead and dive forward. Lead with your heart as you fold. Breathing in, come up halfway. Breathing out, plant your palms. Step yourself back. Take your vinyasa. Feel for the elbows, snuggling the ribs. Lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, lifts the hips. 4 more times on your own if you're practicing at home. And from there, we'll head into Surya Namaskar B. Inhaling, come onto your toes. Look out beyond your fingertips. And then exhaling, go ahead and float or step yourself up to the top of the mat. Nice. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhaling into chair pose. Go ahead and take your seat. Utkatasana. Release your tailbone down. Relax your shoulders down. Exhale, palms to prayer. Stand tall. Samastitihi. Breathing in. Back to chair pose, take your seat, take a look for your toes, make sure you can see them. Breathing out, release, fold forward, forehead to knees. Feel the legs release. Inhale, come up halfway, straight legs flat back. Exhale, plant your palms down, step yourself back, float yourself back, take your vinyasa. Keep the integrity of the pose, elbows in close. Inhale, up dog. Awesome. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Your next inhale reaches your right leg high, reach it up and back behind you. And then as you exhale, go ahead and step your right foot forward, spin your back heel down. Bring your hands to your hips, just to square that left hip off. Breathing in, reach up, come up for warrior one. Breathing out, go ahead and release yourself down, palms down, step yourself back, take your vinyasa. So all this happens as you move with your breath. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, press it back. Beautiful, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg to the sky. Lift through your heel, reach high. Awesome. Exhale. Step your left foot forward. Spin your back heel down. Again, bring your hands to your hips this first time in. Really press that right hip forward. Breathing in, reach up, palms touch. Breathing out, release. Exhale all the way down to the bottom of your Chaturanga. So stay with your breath. Move with your breath. Inhale, up dog. Breathe through your nose. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. So that completes your cycle of Surya Namaskar B. If you're practicing at home, go ahead and take another 4 cycles to make 5. And we're just going to keep moving, clearing out the stress. Inhale, reach the right leg high, reach it up to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Spin your back heel down. We'll come back up for warrior one for start. So just arrive in the pose, root through your feet, equal weight in both feet. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, transition into warrior two. Palms together. Open up. Go ahead and turn your palms to the sky as you open up. Relax your shoulders down. And then turn the hands back over. Pause for a few breaths in warrior two and just really feel the pose. Yoga is as much about moving as it is about being still. And your breath is the one continuous focal point throughout your practice. So just looking soft over your right middle finger. Awesome. Right palm turns skyward. Inhale, reach your right arm up and back behind you. Exhale, go ahead and come forward for Parsvakonasana. So forearm to thigh or hand to your mat. Scoop your left arm out in front of you. Find extended side angle pose. And again, arrive. Beautiful. The hip tucks under. The shoulder peels itself out. And go ahead and drop that top shoulder down from your ear. Nice. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale, we'll release down for the bind. Right arm inside, left hand back behind. Or maybe you take a variation. Maybe you crawl the left fingers inside the thigh. You only want to go as far as you can keep your breath easy, even, and smooth. And again, just like our last pose, hip tucks under, shoulder peels open. Connect through your feet, equal weight in both legs. Awesome. Nice. Releasing the bind. Inhale raises you up for warrior two. And then as you exhale, wimble the hands down. Step yourself back. Take your vinyasa. Elbows in nice and close. Inhaling, up dog. Beautiful. Exhaling from your core. Lift your hips. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Hips lift to the sky. Nice. Deep breath in. Just notice what you're thinking about as you exhale. Clear it all out. Inhaling, left leg to the sky. Reach that left leg high. Awesome. Exhale. Step your left foot forward. Spin your back heel down. So for warrior one, the heels are in alignment. Raise yourself up. Square your torso out over the top of your mat. And then transition into warrior two. Just scoot that left foot over. Front heel bisects the back arch. Open up. Palms to the sky. Shoulders drop down. Turn your hands back over. Hang out here. Hang out here and breathe. And just practice being still. Check in with your feet. Press your feet out. Draw your thighs in. Lift your ribs. Connect through your fingertips. Yes. Awesome. Now left palm turns skyward. Inhale. Reach it up and back behind you. Feel that stretch. Keep your nice deep lunge on the left side. Exhale. Come forward for Parsvakonasana, extended side angle, forearm to thigh or hand to your mat. Scoop your right arm out in front of you. Find the pose. So just imagine that you're suctioning this back edge of your foot. Press it down and extend through your fingertips. Nice. Really beautiful work. On your inhale, come back up to warrior two. And on your exhale, down for the bind. Left arm inside, right hand back behind you. Hip tucks itself under, shoulder peels open. Keep finding the edge of that back foot. Imagine you're making a pocket with that back arch. And the breath is present throughout. So the breath is what gives you that sense of calm and ease. Exhaling the thoughts away, release the bind. Inhale, come on up for warrior two. Exhale. Wimble the palms down, step yourself back, take your vinyasa. You move with your breath. Make the adjustments you need. Maybe you need to come onto your knees to help you with that vinyasa. That's okay. Back to dog pose. Nice. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Reach it up and back. Lift through your heel. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Come up for warrior two. So we've been here once already. We're just going to add on a little bit into triangle pose. Right leg straightens out. Pop your left hip back. Reach forward, hinge at your waist, make your way into Trikonasana. If you want some support, your hand comes to your shin or to a block. Or if you're feeling pretty comfortable, just let your fingertips or maybe your palm down onto the mat. And just imagine, try to feel everything moving into the same plane. Nice. Take up as much space as you possibly can in this pose. So radiate energy through your fingertips. Reach forward through the crown of the head. Beautiful. Inhale here. Take up a little more space. Reach up. Exhale. Left hand down to your mat. You're going to adjust your back foot. You're going to shorten the stance and tighten up the angle of the back foot. Legs straight, heels in the mat. That's the base of this next pose. So find that first. Then go ahead and take a twist. Left hand under the shoulder. Or if you're more advanced outside that front foot, reach your right fingertips up to the sky. Nice. Revolved triangle. So working into the hips. The low back, your IT band. Nice. Keep those heels grounded. Press this back heel down. Stack your shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Inhale here. Reach up. Exhale. Release down. Both palms down. Step back. Take your vinyasa. Elbows in nice and close. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, press it back, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, lift that left leg high, reach it up and back. Exhale, step up for warrior two. So just windmill the arms up. Arrive in warrior two. Pause, breathe. And then go ahead and transition into triangle pose. Left leg straight, right hip pops back. Reach forward. Hinge at your waist. Look up at your right thumb. Awesome. Again, notice what's happening with your feet. So equal weight in both feet. Keep tucking the hip under. Keep radiating energy through your fingertips. Breathing. Inhale here. Reach up a little bit higher. Exhale. Both palms down to the mat. So tighten up that back foot. Shorten the stance. You should be able to feel your hips square to the mat, your shoulders square to the mat right now. Then into revolved. Right hand under the shoulder, outside the front foot. Left fingers to the sky. Ideally, your shoulders are coming to stack themselves. Awesome. Maybe you even bring your gaze just up to that left thumb. Keep rooting and shooting energy into the back. Right heel. Inhale here. And exhale. Let it come down. Both palms down. Step yourself back. Take your vinyasa. Slowly lower. Breathing in, up dog. Breathing out, downward facing dog. So we'll close with one last twist sequence just to clear out all the toxins from the holidays. Inhale, reach your right leg high, reach it up and back behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward, stay on the ball of the back foot. We're going to come up for crescent pose. Breathe in, reach up, palms touch. Breathe out, twist. Maybe you hook the left elbow outside the right thigh. Maybe you open up the arms and take a bind. Maybe you wrap around. Nice. So take the pose that feels comfortable for you. Your breath is your guide. Keep dropping that shoulder down. On the inhale, the crown of the head reaches forward. On the exhale, you peel the shoulder open. Nice. And then go ahead and release. Both palms down. Step yourself back. Take your vinyasa. Elbows in nice and close. Breathe in, lift the heart. Breathe out, lift the hips. Press it back, down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Reach it high. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Stay on the ball of the right foot. As you breathe in, come up, reach up. Maybe even look up as you breathe out. Palms to prayer and twist. Right elbow outside the left thigh. Stay here. Open up. Go for the bind. Notice what happens with your back right foot. You want to keep rooting yourself down equally into your pinky toe and your big toe. And then notice how you're breathing. Every exhale gets you a little deeper into the pose. Yeah, and then release. Palms down, step back, take your vinyasa. Inhaling up dog, and exhaling, press it back, downward facing dog. Nice. Now from here, we're just going to go ahead and walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Walk your feet up to your hands. And go ahead and come to set yourself down. Set yourself down. We're going to come first into forward fold. So Paschimottanasana. Legs extend out straight. Toes flex back. Move with your breath. Inhale, reach up to the fingertips. Exhale, fold. Maybe you take hold of your calves, your feet. Maybe you take a bind. Circle the left wrist with your right thumb and forefingers. So every inhale allows the spine to get longer. Every exhale, deeper into the fold. Still, this is an active practice. Even as you're coming into the folding sequence, it seems like it's very calming. Keep the belly button drawn in. Keep those toes flexed back. Yes. And then from here, we're going to come up for Janu Sirsasana A. So you're just going to come up. Keep the left leg where it's at. Set the sole of the right foot into the upper part of the left thigh. Square yourself. Left toes stay flexed back. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale, fold. As you do, take hold again, calf, ankle, or take a bind. You might notice the right side of the body tends to want to spin itself up. Go ahead and square yourself down. So really press this right hip down. Nice, yes. So since we're doing a calming sequence, these poses that we take on our mat, they're extra super important. Stay with your breath. And feel what's happening in the back of the left thigh and the right hip. Inhale, raises you up. Exhale, go ahead and switch sides. Right leg straightens out. Left foot into the upper part of the right thigh. Square yourself. Breathe in. Reach up. Breathe out. Fold out over the right leg. Right toes stay flexed back. Nice. So ideally you should be breathing through your nose and just kind of aspirating the breath down the back of the throat. Hips stay square. Nice. Spine gets long. Inhale, come on up. And we'll go ahead and take one more forward fold sequence. Marichasana A. So you're going to straighten out the right leg. Whoops. Straighten out the left leg, bend the right, excuse me. You're going to want to have about a softball-sized space between your foot and your thigh. As you inhale, your right arm reaches up. As you exhale, you're going to fold. And you're just going to kind of swim or scoop the right hand back behind you. Maybe you take your fingers. Maybe you need to use a strap or a belt. Maybe you take hold of the wrist. The left toes stay flexed back. Inhale, getting longer. Exhale, folding out over that left leg. And just imagine you're trying to lead your heart or your nose towards your left leg. Yes, nice. So crawling those fingers together, yes. Every inhale, the spine extends long. Exhale, lead with your heart into the fold. Awesome, beautiful. Now just come on up and take the same thing on the other side. Right leg straightens out, left leg bends. A little bit of space between the foot and the thigh. Your inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, fold. Swim back behind you. This is really a wonderful opener for your shoulders. Right toes stay flexed back. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold. You should also be able to feel this in the back of the calf, the hamstring on the right side, working into the low back. Awesome. Now releasing, we're going to come into our hip openers. So I'm going to ask you to just go ahead and make your way into dog pose. Maybe swim your legs back behind you, palms under your shoulders. Step yourself back to dog pose just to start off for your pigeon sequence. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back behind you. Exhale, go ahead and slide your right knee to your right wrist. Crawl your left toes back. We're going to take an active pigeon into a relaxing pigeon. So first just square yourself here and start to crawl your hands out in front of you. Fingertips crawl out. Keep the elbows lifted off the ground. Maybe even lift that back knee off the mat. The torso stays square. And now you're just going to breathe here for a couple moments. Notice that your hips are really squared down to the mat. This is work for your body. Inhale, and then exhale, release. Set the elbows down. Set that back knee down. Untuck your back toes. And then back to the breath. So you're breathing through your nose. Every exhale gets you deeper into your hips. Our hips hold so much of our tension and our stress. So these hip openers are a really great way to just release and let go. Nice. And now a really nice way to come out of the hip opener and just feel the difference in the sides of the body. We're going to come back through dog pose. Go ahead and crawl your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your left toes under. Slide your right foot back. And just paddle your legs one at a time here in dog pose and feel the difference in the right and left sides of the hip. Inhale, left leg reaches to the sky. Exhale, left knee to wrist. Crawl your right toes back. Take a moment to square your torso. So feel the shoulders and the hips. They're squared. And then lower down for active pigeon. So you're going to crawl your fingertips out. Keep your elbows lifted. Lift that back knee off the mat if it's comfortable. And really focus on keeping your hips squared down. And I say if it's comfortable because the breath is the center focal point. If you lose the breath and the breath gets short, it means it's probably not comfortable and you should back off a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, surrender and soften. Just come to set the elbows down. Release that back knee down and tuck your right toes. Yeah, awesome. Beautiful. And then just breathing. Slowly opening up into your hip. Every exhale, a little bit more. Go ahead and walk your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck those right toes under. Slide your left toes back. One more round through your dog pose. So again, just kind of gently paddle the legs. Feel the difference in the sides of the body. And then walking your feet up to the top of the mat, come to set yourself down, and you're going to lie back on your back. So I'm going to guide us through shoulder stand and plow pose for close. You're going to begin by reaching the toes to the sky and just dropping your legs back over your head for halasana plow pose to set up for shoulder stand. Super important. Get your hands to your low back and start to scoot the elbows and shoulders in as close as you can possibly get them. So walk those elbows, walk those shoulders in. Nice. Walk the hands up the back towards your shoulders, and then reach those legs up to the sky. When you're ready, make your way into shoulder stand. Maybe you lift up one leg at a time. Nice. And when you're up, press those legs together. Elbows keep walking in, toes reach to the sky. And just imagine one day your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles, they're all going to come to stack, one on top of the other. And you're shooting energy out through the balls of the feet. So flex those toes back, reach up to the balls of the feet, keep breathing. This should be a cooling, calming pose. Nice, and then just drop your legs back overhead. Make your way into plow pose. So really wonderful opening in the spine. Your legs are back overhead. If your toes touch the mat, you can point the toes, come onto the tops of the feet and slide those toes back. Nice. And then super slowly, one vertebra at a time, you're going to come to roll yourself out onto the mat. Roll yourself out onto the mat. We're going to close with a fish pose. So you're just going to come to lie on your back, flex the toes back, come onto your forearms, let the head hang back, and let the head just start to drop itself down. And maybe you can get the crown of the head to go ahead and touch the mat if you'd like. Press those legs in, press the toes together. Nice. Opening up the chest, opening up the throat, breathing. Nice. And then from there, you're just going to come up. We're going to come up to close with a seated meditation practice. So go ahead and come on up. Sometimes we close our practice with Shavasana. Sometimes it's nice to close it with a seated mindful meditation. So you're just going to come to cross your legs comfortably. Let your palms rest on your knees. Eyes closed, and sit tall. And as we're dealing with holiday stress or stress in general, this closing pose, this closing part of our practice is quite possibly the most important part of it. So we'll spend a little bit of extra time here right now. Just start off by rooting down through your sit bones, reaching up through the crown of the head. And then go ahead and just let your gaze, be soft. So maybe looking down, maybe just softly closing your eyes, relax your shoulders, loosen up your jaw. And start to find your breath, breathing in through your nose. And whether you're seated up watching this or you're actually practicing with us, go ahead and start to trace your breath in through your nostrils, down the back of your throat. Draw your breath all the way down into the bottom of your lungs and just feel your rib cage expand out as you breathe in. Exhaling through your nose, same thing. The rib cage contracts, the air comes out through the nostrils. We'll take another breath just like that. So just breathing in through the nose. Easy, fluid breath, breathing out. And from there, we're going to start to lengthen and deepen. Inhaling, slow it down. Slow down the inhale. See how much time and space you can take, and then when you feel like you've filled up your lungs as much as you possibly can, draw in just a little more breath. There you have it, super slow on the release. Take as much time as you can to let that breath go. One more time, just like that, just lengthening out the inhale. Draw as much breath as you can in. And then draw a little bit more in. Sit up nice and tall. Fill yourself up. Exhale, release it. And from there, just returning to an easy, even breath. So maybe right now just close your eyes and start to sit and feel your breath. So I like to imagine my breath just like waves, gently washing up on the shore. The inhales and the exhales. They're always coming. They're always going. And just settle in for a few moments. As I mentioned, this final rest, this final meditation, the closing portion of the practice is where the magic happens. It's where your mind starts to head into the background, and you can just imagine finding, holding clear white space. And you can use your breath as a tool. Your exhales can be used to empty out your thoughts, to clear your mind, just to metaphorically wipe your mental slate clean. So just about 30 more seconds here, just simply focusing on your breath and using that exhale to let go, release. And you can stay here for as long as you need. If you want a longer meditation, feel free to stay in this pose for 5 or 10 minutes.